Oh, hi, Drizella. Hi. Guten Abend, Jeff on Facebook. Hello. Good evening. How is it going? We're lacking objects in the sky today. However, it's not very windy, so we're going to fly around a little bit. Let's see if we got any neato activity in the canal. Person walking down there. Hi, person. Bye, person. Ah, person and a small person. Cranking the heater in northwest Wisconsin tonight. Cold, windy snow squalls all day. Yikes. I think it was cold today. It was like 70 here. Is that cold? I guess it's cold enough for us. Pro Assassin 5 on Mixer says, looks amazing over there. Better than over here in the UK. I'm assuming you're meaning weather-wise. Yeah, it was a nice day today. Yeah, brr, 70 is cold. All right, here we go. Video gets a little choppy when I get over here and kind of far away. Not a cloud in the sky. They've all abandoned me. So here we're looking at a standard Mesa, Arizona intersection. We've got a car pulling up, heading southbound. Looks like they're gonna go ahead and obey the law and stop at the light. Oh, we got some drag racers over there. They're not, it's just normal driving. It's not drag racing. And at the bottom of your screen, you can see the city bus cruising along. Proving that the wheels on the bus do, in fact, go round and round. Alright, and now we're looking at the standard view that I line up whenever I'm flying this flying thing. Looks like one of the storage facility units is open over there. What's that show called where they would buy storage units and like sell them to bidders? Storage Wars, is that it? Maybe there's a new episode of Storage Wars being filmed down there. And look at the crowd down there, huh? There's nobody down there. I think Storage Wars is just the name of putting shit in your fridge after a week of making food. Each piece of leftover fighting for valuable shelf space. Shit falls out. And if you look hard enough, you'll discover that last slice of the quesadilla you ordered a week ago. And by you, I mean me, because there's a slice of quesadilla in the fridge I haven't eaten yet. Okay, so I'm adjusting. I noticed the gimbal's a little off, so I'm adjusting the horizon, or at least I'm trying to. Okay, I think I got it. We now have a fairly straight horizon. It's a pet peeve of, well, I guess not really a pet peeve, but whenever I'm looking at photos or watching video, specifically landscape stuff, like a landscape photo or footage of nature or whatever, if the horizon's crooked, it tends to bother me. Just a personal preference, unless, of course, that is the intended effect. Like it's meant to be some artsy thing. Got a big white hot ball in the sky. And that's it, nothing else. Oh, actually there's a plane over here. Where are you at? Maybe I'm too low. still kind of looking like my horizon is crooked. No, not really. No, not really. It's not too bad. It's impressive how clear the video is. Big Ed says, cannot hear me, but he is watching. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hello. There was a moment I was not talking, so that's possible. It does look like the mic is registering mouth audio. Drizella says, I can. You know what? I know you can. You can do whatever you feel like doing. Oh, you mean you can hear me? Got it. I'm in a place where I can't listen. Sorry for the confusion. Aha. So Drizella, you will need to be my Big Ed interpreter. Or translator, relayer. Big Ed, when I first read that, I thought you said palace. You're in a palace where I can't listen. Big Ed, do you need help? Big Ed's currently trapped in a palace. Somebody send help to the following address. www.google.com. I know you're working. You don't have to relay. Big Ed's here. Big Ed's just here for the big ball in the sky. That'll be the one moment that he was actually able to hear me. Or he misheard. Wait, what? A ball in the guy? Why is there a ball in the guy? Did he eat it? Someone's been eating sporting goods again. Not again, Ralph. Ah, that's the second basketball this week. Ralph has a problem with consuming basketballs. I don't know who Ralph is. Ralph is a fictional character in this little story that I just told. All persons related, fictional or none, such other, whatever that disclaimer says. Pilgrim on Periscope/Twitter. Hello. Thank you. Pilgrim says nice with a smiley face. Thank you. Thank you. Over on the horizon there below the sun, you can see the outline of downtown Phoenix. Kind of. Or silhouette. Outline, silhouette, whatever. It's the same different thing. And Mary on Facebook. Great view of Phoenix and suburbs. Good job, man. Thank you. Hi, Mary. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the view. I am as well. Looks a lot different than it did last night. Last night we had some pretty impressive looking clouds, and we did get some rain. Pilgrim on Twitter/Periscope asks, what kind of quadcopter? Pilgrim, this is the DJI Mavic Pro 2. I've flown the Phantom 3, the Spark, and some lesser models, and this has to be my favorite one out of all that I've been able to drive. All that I've been able to air drive. Uh-oh, the birds are becoming restless. Also, for those of you watching, I'm on a little delay. So if your question isn't answered immediately, just hang out. Cool, I just began streaming my Mavic Pro 2 as well. Nice, Pilgrim. Yeah, I've just been kind of tossing mine up in the air and watching the sunset. Occasionally I'll watch the sunrise if I'm up early enough. I don't do a whole lot of flying. Usually if I'm out hiking, I'm in a place where I can't fly the drone. National park, county park, state park, stuff like that. Or I'm too close to an airport. We're in a nice little pocket of airspace here where we live, where I'm able to put the drone up in the air and fly around the neighborhood a little bit. All right, I'm gonna bring the drone down. It's time to change the battery. Carry on my drone word, son. Something, something. Oh no. Here it comes. It's coming down. I don't know if you can see the dove in the tree. All right, I'm gonna change the battery. I've got a little table set up here. Nice view of my shed. All right, should have some video back on. Oh, got some quail in the tree now. All right. As soon as it does its little initializing thing, we'll be back up in the air. Here we go. All right. Currently at 115 feet. Let's climb up a little bit more. I'm just using the drone as a way to sit in the backyard and relax and watch the sunset. Steve on YouTube, hello. Good morning. Like super early morning for you right now, huh? It's like what, 2, 3? For those of you tuning in for the first time, or for those of you that haven't heard me run my mouth, I'm currently live streaming to a few different platforms. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. On all platforms with the exception of Facebook, you can find me at Adjective Beaver. "2:30 in the morning in the UK. Early, early, early. That's probably about the first time I get up in the morning to pee. And then 30 minutes later, there's a cat attempting to bite me. And an hour after that, I probably have to pee again. And then a series of fending the cat off the bed because it's trying to bite me. Finally, follow that up with a couple hours of laying in bed looking at my cell phone. You hear a dove howling at me, hooting, or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully one of these evenings when I'm out here live streaming the sunset, we can catch a glimpse of a spaceship as it comes down and eradicates the human race. Or maybe creatures from another galaxy will just stop and ask for directions. Either way, I'm good. I'm ready. I may not be able to provide you intergalactic directions, but I can make shit up. I really like that. There's that stripe of light on the storage facility there. Let's get that straightened out a bit. Picture captured. Yes. Steve on YouTube says, very clear tonight. Yeah, it's quite different than yesterday's sky. Like earlier, kind of around noon, 1 and 2, there was some nice looking clouds in the sky. And I was like, cool, we have some clouds for this evening. No. No clouds. Fresh out. I'm gonna pan the drone around here. I'm gonna check out what's going on in all angles. Right after I sneeze, I think the pollen's getting to me. Thank you. And I took an allergy pill this morning, but it must be wearing off. Jeez. Okay, I think I might be good for a moment. Back to the turny turn. Maybe I'll play back the VOD and clip out my sneezes and use them as a sound effect. Man sneezes accompanied by birds will be the title of the file. Mountain over there has got a nice little pinkish hue to it. Hue? Color? Shady? Hue, right? It would be hue, because hue is color. I know there's some artists in the chat listening and watching that can correct me if I'm wrong. Or hue is like the tint? No, tint is tint. Hue is the color. Hue, saturation, luminous, yeah. Oh, my nose. Oh my gosh. I'll be alright. Little quail beeping on the other side of the fence. Here we go, we're getting to that orangish yellow sky. It's almost like someone dumped orange juice into the sky. And there's the sun. It's 6:50, I think. Sunset was scheduled for 6:53, or I guess not really scheduled. It's not. You cannot schedule the sunset. The estimated time. Estimated time of unarrival. I do like how the light spills out over the horizon. It's not something I had noticed before. Oh, sorry for the sniffling. But I was looking at a photo one of the county parks had shared, and I had thought that they photoshopped the sun, because it was like the image was like overly saturated, and you could tell it was processed. So I just assumed that the sun was as well. But then I started paying more attention as I've been doing this, and well, as you can see right now on the screen, right in front of all of us, the sun, the light spills over the horizon. So it's not like it wasn't placed in front of it. It's just, there's probably some term for that. Yeah, unarrival is equivalent to a departure. Like, well, no, because a departure means you're leaving from somewhere to go somewhere else. And unarrival means you're leaving from that somewhere else to go back to where you were going, right? I mean, they're really the same thing, but semantics, am I right? Semantics with a word that doesn't even exist. Wait, is unarrival a word? It's a word, I said so. Refraction, that's what it's called. Look at that. Now we got sun is going away. Sunny, come back. So if you're playing along at home, go ahead and grab a Sharpie and draw something in the sky. No, don't draw anything. Please don't draw anything on the screen. But if you've got any little decals that you can stick and peel, you at home can create your own little neato scene by placing some large dinosaurs in the city here. Oh, that's kind of cool. The little bit of cloud cover that we have over there, kind of reaching over the sun. I'll take a photo. I might be able to zoom in on that. It is a RAW file, and I think they're like 4K RAW files, so there's plenty of resolution to work with. Although I don't know if it will be in focus. I dig that cloud that's over there. That's really cool. Aha! Steve on YouTube agrees that unarrival sounds good. If you don't like it, you can just unarrive. If that doesn't suit you, just go ahead and get here. Off in the distance, you can hear the hounds of hell barking, snarling, looking for a meal. They're actually just someone's dogs. They're not hellhounds. Do you think hellhounds would eat hot dogs? The reason I asked is that because there's whenever I go on a walk, there's a dog. Well, at one point there was this a really big dog, and a little fence, and it always would charge the fence and bark and growl at me. I'd be walking on the other side of the street, but I'd always worry that it was just going to jump over the fence and come get me. And I started thinking, maybe I should just go for a walk with hot dogs in my pocket, and then I could befriend these animals. So that's where that thought came from. Do hellhounds eat hot dogs? And do they eat them raw? These are the kind of questions that plague my mind. Soon the lights of the city should be turning on. I almost said shitty. Soon the lights of the city will soon be on. Looks like the episode of Storage Wars is over. It closed up that thing. Oh, so Steve on YouTube makes a very, very important observation that the word unarrived, or any of its forms, in this example, it's better than saying I was stood up. You just say, they unarrived. Because when you say I was stood up, you're accepting ownership of that. And it may have had nothing to do with you. But when you say, they unarrived, that takes all that blame off of you. T on Periscope /Mixer or /Twitter says, love Arizona, and supplements that with a cactus emoji. Hello, T. I too love Arizona. Especially this time of the year where the weather's like super nice outside. I imagine in a couple months I'll be inside looking out the window weeping, wishing for cooler weather. Actually, no, I'll probably be out hiking when it's 120 out. So I'm kind of just hovering in place here, panning to the left and right, or north and south, just checking out the horizon, watching the sunset. Like maybe a minute or two, I'm gonna have to bring the drone down and swap out the battery. T on Periscope /Twitter says, my aunt's pool is about to begin construction tomorrow. Nice. You know what? It'll probably be done just in time for the summer. Having a pool is nice. We don't have one. I appreciate not having that responsibility. Although if someone was to just like make a pool and put it here for me, I'd probably be like, well, okay. I'll take responsibility for this. Drizella on Mixer says, swap out the battery to the tune of Pump Up the Volume. I had to listen to that song to get the cadence of it. T on Twitter /Periscope says, great view. I agree. It is a wonderful view. Last night it was like extra beautiful because there was all the clouds and some really cool colors and shapes in the sky. We're kind of lacking that today. I mean, it's still pretty looking. All right, so I'm gonna start bringing the drone down. was... Wait. It was doing a return to home thing, and usually I just catch it myself. Oh no! I don't know if you can see there's a quail. It's that quail right there is limping. Well, it flew away, which is good. I've noticed there's a family of quails that's here. One of them has a hurt leg. So I'm turning the drone off. I'll put the other battery in. All right. The drone is on. Hi there. Are you ready to fly? Here we go. Okay, so T on Periscope Twitter asks, best time of the year to view sunsets in Arizona? I don't have a best time. I mean, I could be the smartass and say at sunset, but I'm thinking here, like, the sunsets are beautiful all year round. During monsoon season, like July, September, probably pretty good because there'll be a lot of clouds. Edgar Ramirez on Twitter, Periscope, I love Arizona. Thank you. I do too. So this is my last battery. We probably got 15 minutes of flight time. I usually bring it down early. That way there's still some juice left in the battery in the event that something happens. So if you're on Twitter, you should be able to search through my previous tweets and see yesterday's video. We had some really cool clouds yesterday. Yes, this is Phoenix. If you look, you probably, I guess if your TV is big enough, straight ahead, right in the middle of the screen on the horizon is the silhouette of downtown Phoenix. So I'm going to pan us around here. So now we're looking to the northwest. I do believe that is the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. Sky is starting to get a little bit darker as we're turning more north. All right, so now we're looking north. You can see that nice the difference in colors there as it's fading. The orange is fading into a blue. I'm fascinated with things that look neat, such as the sky. The sky is often something that I myself have taken for granted too often. This is like the equivalent of stopping and smelling the roses. Was it Tuesday we watched the supermoon? That was pretty cool. Alright, so now we're about looking southeast here. You can see the blinking tower lights way off in the distance there. Alright, now the sky is starting to lighten up a bit as we're just about looking south. I think it would really neat to be able to grab a 360 photo right here to get that contrast in the sky. I mean, because if you just look at that here, I'm gonna get nothing but sky. So if you look at that, we got the orange in the bottom as it kind of fades into the blue, the deep space blue or whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm just super fascinated with that. I think it's really pretty. So now we're looking southwest. There we go. Now we're looking west. Some of the lights are starting to come on. As much as I like flying the drone, sometimes I like just letting it sit here too. I think that's called loitering. Boy, that sure is pretty. I like it. We've got a motorcycle going loudly that way. Goodbye, motorcycle. Have a nice evening. Let's get back to the west and see what's going on. Oh yeah. Edgar Ramirez on Periscope Twitter says, I drove from LA to Mesa one day and was so impressed with the way Arizona is. Well, that's cool. Fresh air, peaceful, and just a great place to be. With the exception of fresh air, I think we have our quality of air issues every once in a while. But probably compared to LA, it's better. So yeah. And the peacefulness and just a great place to be has been my experience as well. I mean, it can be pretty loud, as you're well aware, city noises. So when not under quarantine, I like to get out and hike. I've found just being out in the desert is refreshing, to put it one way. Being able to just stand still, stop moving, and listen and hear nothing. Just wind blowing through the saguaros, or just birds. No cars, no horns, no dogs, no people. It's a great way to recharge your batteries and to kind of I mean, it doesn't necessarily take the place, but to get the drone up in the air watching the sunset is certainly similar. Steve on YouTube says heaven. Yeah, it is. It's so nice just to be out on the trails, away from, like, I always have my cameras and my phone with me, because I can't stop the flow of thought. And sometimes those thoughts flow from my head to my fingers into Twitter or into OneNote because it's an idea of something. But I also do a lot of my photography using my cell phone. Or I'll have an idea to capture, a certain video clip. I guess a video clip is redundant. It's such a cool view when there's still light in the sky and then the city lights come on. Steve, are you asking me? Are you asking the number value of my flesh covered meat body thing? Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh. Oh, sorry for the sniffles. I know that drives some people bananas. But I promise, as soon as I'm done flying, I will go blow my nose. It was the way you freely used the words video clip. Well, if you must know, I am the answer to the ultimate question. So I'm having some drones kind of having some issues, so I'm gonna bring it down. Actually, I think that might be it for the evening. So at night, some of the sensors in the drone kind of get wonky. All right, so I'm bringing the drone down. This will be it for the evening. I'm just gonna take one more picture at it. Oh, I don't know if there's anything worth getting there, but I'm gonna grab it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Those of you that tuned in and watched and chatted, thank you. It's always nice to be able to fly and share it with others. Here we go. Light should come on in any minute. No, maybe. No. All right, let's get the drone down here. Come here, you. Yeah, there's something going on with the drone. So I'm gonna land it down on the cement here. There we go, and now it's off. So I don't know what was up, if it's just the sensors are being a little funky or what. But we're all done, and the light's still on. Okay, so anyway, where are you? There we are. Let's have a sit. Yeah, you all have a good evening and a good morning, a good day. Thank you.